Did you know that if you have ADHD, you are actually at a higher risk of sustaining a concussion? Here are some reasons why. My name is Hillary. I'm a licensed and certified speech language pathologist who specializes in concussion and cognitive rehabilitation. So the first thing has to do with brain chemistry and then behavior. People who have ADHD tend to have lower levels of dopamine and norepinephrine in their systems. And what that might mean from a behavioral perspective is actually this like impulsivity and lack of inhibition that can lead people with ADHD to make more impulsive decisions. And a lot of times those can be impulsive and high risk. And so you might be putting yourself in a riskier situation with ADHD, comparatively speaking, to what's so-called the neurotypical brain. And then that could lead to just injury due to behavior. But there's also catecholamine within your brain. And catecholamine, when you have less of that, it's actually affecting how your brain responds to the concussion. So not only are you at an increased risk for the concussion itself, it might actually impair your ability to recover as quickly as someone with a neurotypical brain. So why even talk about this? First of all, it's just something to know. If you are a student, if you are younger, even if you're older and you have ADHD, just know that this is out there and that there are kind of increased risk factors for concussion. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the same thing as like if I have a family member, multiple family members with cancer or stroke history, then I'm more likely to have cancer and stroke within my my DNA, my history. So it's just there. It's just information. And then as far as the recovery portion of it, especially because ADHD symptoms and concussion symptoms overlap a lot. So like people with ADHD have issues with attention already, and then you put a concussion on top of it, they're going to have even more trouble with attention. So it can slow down the ability to recover. It certainly does not negate the fact that you will recover. It's just one of those things where it's recommended that you really take a look at it when you sustain a concussion. You really ensure that you are getting the care that you need, that you are on top of any medications that you may be taking, that you go through treatment like cognitive therapy, and that you really support your brain, and that it does need a little bit more kind of a boost in order to recover. So hopefully this helps. Again, there's no real issue with ADHD and concussion. It's there. We know that there's studies that show that there is higher incidence of concussion with people who have prior history of ADHD. So good luck to everyone who has it. Protect your noggins.